Gloves are on and the lines are drawn, with both sides of politics preparing to battle for the massive small business vote. It's a sector that makes up half of Australia's workforce, and on the final day of the NAB National Small Business Summit in Brisbane, a key event for the small business lobby, company owners outlined what they want from government. And that's certainty, a loosening of red tape and a decrease in regulation. Tracey Kirkland reports.
David Gandolfo considers himself a typical Aussie small business owner.
I've got all your paperwork here.
His financial services firm has been operating for 5 years, employs around 30 people and turns over $250 million a year. He says his business is telling him an election date is urgently needed.
Until the election's actually held, the economy's going to be pretty flat, pretty stagnant. And in our sector, which is lending to small business, we are a very, very good barometer of activity in the market, and market activity is flat.
Frustrated by red tape and recent changes to fringe benefits tax, Mr Gandolfo says he's keen to hear from both political parties.
All people want is just some certainty. You know, whether it's a Labor government or a Liberal government, they just want to know which one it's going to be and what the likely outcomes or policies of those governments are going to be.
It seems he won't have to wait long, with both sides of government making strong pitches to a sector crucial to the country's economy. Both Small Business Minister Gary Gray and Shadow Minister for Small Business Bruce Bilson took to the podium at a summit in Brisbane. Not surprised they're vying for his vote, Mr Gandolfo flew north from Melbourne to hear what they had to say.
What impacts small business owners impacts an enormous part of the community, and I think that finally is being recognised.
Opposition leader Tony Abbott made his pitch too, saying if elected he'd appoint small business experts to the Board of Taxation, the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission and the Fair Work Commission.
We don't want them to think of small business as members of the public might think of exhibits in a museum or animals in a zoo. We want them to understand the life of small business. We want them to understand the reality of small business, because we want the decisions of these agencies to reflect that.
Mr Abbott repeated his pledge to delay the increases to the superannuation guarantee levy and maintain current laws on independent contractors. But Mr Gandolfo thinks both parties still need to present more detail.
I'd like to hear more tangible commitments and more specifics about what sorts of regulations they plan to repeal or review, and how they plan to simplify the process of literally just running a business, so that you're not so you can spend your time running your business and producing something rather than spending a lot of your time complying with a whole lot of red tape.
Despite all the talk, what this small business owner really wants is an election date.
And to